Well, welcome back, everyone, to Hidden Treasure. And I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about our greatest need.
All right, Brad. So, our greatest need. Tell me about that.
All right, so I was watching a show the other night, and this thing, it's really kind of how it came about. You hear things all over the place, and they kind of resonate with you. And so the show was just about someone that had a tough upbringing, and the older they got, they realized that the greatest need in their life was love. And so that is our greatest need when you think about it, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
The love, there's so many facets of love, but you know, uh, especially growing up as a child, having a loving home, a family, the nurturing that really shapes us. We wanted to talk about our greatest need, our greatest emotional need is love.
Absolutely. Something I didn't understand, for a long time. And once I did, it made all the difference in the world. I began to, live love, practice love, living love towards others, and found that was my best way because of what we talked about in the past about what you sow, you reap, measure out's measured back to you. And when you give love to others, it'll come back on you. And the more it's come back on me, the more I understand it. And it's kind of like, I caught a glimpse, but then to create it in an everyday life environment, you got to work at that. And
That's
you
right.
had some definitions, like mercy, and what was the other word you had?
Right. So
It
when
was grace
Right.
and mercy.
There's so many terms that come to you when you're talking about love. Acceptance, forgiveness, grace, mercy, and I love the word grace. Grace is undeserved favor, and mercy is when someone basically gives you a break when they don't really have to. They've got the power to make you suffer, but they take it easy on you.
Hmm.
And
You've done them wrong, but they're going to cut you a break and just overlook it, not harbor ill feelings towards you.
that's right.
It's living love is a practice. It's even the good teacher said you must practice my teachings, and living love is a practice. You're not going to be great at it necessarily at first. Some people are, and a lot of people aren't. Especially if it's been brought up in a tough environment. You got to learn how to love and show that mercy and that grace and that kindness. And the hardest part is, your mind's telling you, your human nature saying, well, they don't deserve it. Look what they did to me.
Right.
And you're sitting there saying, well, I'm not going to be nice to them. I can be nice to people that are nice to me,
Right.
but I'm not going to be nice to people that aren't. They don't deserve it. And that's the biggest it just trips you up every time, to do that, because that's what you got to get past.
That's exactly right.
Because it's you're not going to feel better, folks, until you start loving others. In fact, that was my biggest problem, is I did not love myself. I
Right.
really had disdain and even hatred. I dealt with a lot of self-hatred, but I also harbored that hatred towards other people and disdain and
Right.
ugly thoughts and feelings. Well, when I cleaned that up, which I call being abnormal, thinking abnormally, and decided to just spray the Teflon on, and just treat people good and overlook it, and just it's not personal. And hey, they're hurting. Somebody probably hurt them. They're just hurt people, hurt others. So it's not personal. When I finally realized it wasn't personal, it really wasn't about me, even though they had hurt me, that's when I was able to make some progress and to love people that and be kind to them and give them grace and forgive them and let it go. And then, wow, what a difference for me and how I felt about me. I now like myself. I'm my own best friend, and most of the time, hardly ever get down on myself. And because you know, love is the strongest, one of the stronger things I have going for me now. I've worked at it. It's like a muscle. When we work out in the gym to build a muscle, you got to keep repeating what you do, lifting,
That's
maybe
right.
go a little heavier and less reps. and more weight, and you can bulk if you want to, or you can stay ripped with more reps and less weight. So it's the same thing with your mind, folks. If you work it like a muscle with your thinking and you practice, it'll just be transformed, and then your eyes will see different, your ears will hear different, and you'll be a happier version of you.
Your mind into unity and your mind into love, and that's what we need the most, love. And that love is this hidden treasure. That's your love light. That's the light inside. And so
and love is the salvation of mankind. It saved me. It saved you. I mean, we have better relationships now with our family members, our friends, and stuff. And I can still lose my way sometimes, but it's better.
And so it is our greatest need because it transcends everything.
It does.
So
and it's healing.
If you're a professional athlete, it's going to make you better. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into finance, you're going to make more money. If whatever you're doing, whatever you perform in this world to make a living, that hidden treasure, that unconditional love, is going to help you to maximize your potential while you're here on earth.
And you and I, Brad, are sports fans, big time, and we love football. And one of the things I've noticed, and you probably have too, is over the years, some of the best football teams always had that unity. They used the word family. It feels like a family.
Right.
We got each other's backs. We're in this together. That's love, folks. When you got that love, you got that cohesion. And it's just like a cement. It just binds you together.
Right.
And you can rise above the petty stuff. And
that receiver drops the ball, the running back goes over, gives him a hug,
quarterback,
and says, "Hey, it's going to be okay. We'll get them next time." You don't overly criticize somebody and kick them off the team. I mean, that's having each other's backs. That's a great way to put it.
So, folks, love is about kindness. It's about mercy. It's about grace, compassion. It's about just being nice to people, even if they don't deserve it, especially if they don't deserve it. That's when it really counts.
When this thing really starts to take hold, you start to look at people. You see their innocence. I said this before earlier in a podcast. Mm-hmm. You see the child and the adult. You can see
it's an adult body with a childlike mentality,
right?
And therefore they're going to struggle,
right? So
you see that, and you have compassion for them,
right?
Pray for them, and just be nice to them, and anyway, and you're going to help them, but you're going to help yourself too.
Sometimes people aren't bad; they're just different. Sometimes they just don't know; they're just ignorant as far as the love part, mm-hmm. right? And they don't know how to give it because they've never received it. And but the more love that we can put out in the world, the better the world's going to be, the better our relationship's going to be, the more peace there's going to be. And it does start at an early age, but it doesn't mean you can't get it, right?
Right.
That's the key. You want to get it before you leave here. The sooner you get it, the better off you're going to be.
And just do this. Just keep working on it. You'll ebb, you'll flow. Ebb means it'll get a little harder at times, and you won't do it, and then you might feel bad, but don't beat yourself up. Just say, hey, that was just one moment. Just let it go and say, let's do better the next time. Ask for help in doing it. In fact, that's the one thing I can say for sure is that I believe that the reason I made progress on loving people is because I did ask for help. I think you also did the same thing. You mentioned.
I did, and I do every day.
Right, and you will need help because our human ego is very stubborn and very strong, and it's not going to start loving people just because you think it's a great idea because you heard the concept and said, hey, I'm going to try it out. It's going to do everything it can to keep you from being accepting and kind to people that don't deserve it. Trust me, it will do everything it can. You might as well accept that. That's why you're going to need help. So ask for help and just practice it. But we encourage you because I know this, I can't live love without help. I need help. Just take it one day at a time. Do the best you can. If you have a bad day, that's okay. The next day is a chance for what? A fresh start.
That's right. We're not perfect, but we're getting better. And
that's all we can do.
And we're all on this journey together.
That's right. So come and join us, folks. And as we practice, live in love and acceptance towards anyone and everyone.
Yeah. And
yes,
if you
can.
That's right. Didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right.
If you like this video, please hit like. Please subscribe to the video. This helps us with all that algorithm stuff on the YouTube. And Comment below if there's something you want to share with us. Feel free. I mean, we're going to be loving and accepting of your comments. We're here to learn. So there's
That's
maybe
right.
something that you can add that will give us an aha moment. So we encourage you to do so.
And we appreciate you tuning in, and peace, joy, love, and light be with you always.
Yeah, and we hope you have a great day. Hope this makes a difference in your life. Hope
Sure
it helps. And we love you.
God bless you.
And we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Adios.
Yeah, you over there. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Hi ho, Silver.